ready for this? No, really. Are you truly ready for the road that we're getting ready to go down? Well, let's talk about it. If you're struggling with anxiety, childhood trauma, and rejection, and you want to take ownership of your life, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Beverly, a survivor, a wife, and a life coach certified by God's Boot Camp. I learned the secret of how to love myself the way God loves me. If you're ready to walk in forgiveness, learn acceptance, move past parental absence, grab your journal, your pen, and a box of tissues because, bright souls, I'm going to show you how to walk in your God-given purpose. Here we go. Hello, bright souls. We have another journal review. Welcome, Natasha, to the Journal Club. She says this is the kind of journal that doesn't let you cute quote your way through healing. It makes you sit in the real space of reckoning, the good and the bad. And that's exactly what I needed. It helped me to slow down long enough to acknowledge what actually happened in my life. And that alone was pivotal. Natasha, thank you so much for purchasing the Bright Soul Journals. Anyone who is interested, go to 9crownsofgrace.life and click on the link to purchase your very own set of Bright Soul Journals today. Hello, bright souls. Welcome to Walk in Wisdom Wednesday. I am so excited that you guys decided to come back and join me for another podcast. You know, when God called me to create this podcast, one of the requirements was that I had to dig deep. I had to talk about my life, my experiences, and that for me is very tough because I'm a very private person and I pride myself on being mysterious. And I only give people bits and pieces of myself. So putting myself out here and telling my story is definitely a challenge. But I know that we are in a season where there are people who truly need to hear how I have overcome and how I can help you overcome these parental absent issues and these childhood trauma areas that we have experienced growing up. So this is definitely a challenge to talk about, even though I've gone through the healing process. In our culture, we have this unspoken, unwritten rule of not giving or telling people your business. So I often tell my husband, don't be going around telling our business because that's how I grew up. So sharing these personal moments with you is such a big deal because what I found is that there are so many people who are tight-lipped about their experiences and how they live their life, but they have the answers. And no one's talking about it. No one is talking about how you overcame, how you got through something. So therefore, the therapist office is really building up because no one else is talking about their experiences and their resolution, how they got through it. And that's what I want to share with you guys. I'm not saying that I'm replacing therapy. No, not at all. But what I am saying is that me sharing my story and you knowing that someone else has gone through what you may have gone through helps us. It helps us to overcome. It helps us to give us hope and encouragement just to move on. You know, scripture tells us in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 through 11, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? This is just so important. We have to talk about our experiences because, life is hard. Life can just be downright nasty sometimes. And not having a community and helping people through the hard times and having someone to turn to, it can be lonely. And that's why one of the reasons I created the Facebook community, Heal from Parental Absence, is on Facebook. It is a private, safe place where we can gather together and just share our experiences, encourage one another, and be there for one another. So here we are. It's you and me, Bright Soul. Me and you. We're going to go take a first step of many steps to learn about ourselves and how to grow in divine purpose. And you know what? We're going to help each other along the way. Are you ready for this? No, really. Are you truly ready for the road that we're getting ready to go down? Well, let's talk about it. Now, we are going to talk about something that many of us who grew up without parents learned how to do at a very early age. And that's wear a mask. I'm not talking about the mask that you buy at the Halloween store. You know, that one warehouse that pops up every once in a while. You only see it once a year around Halloween time. I'm not talking about the mask that you can buy there, but I am talking about the mask of protection. You see, the one that we put on to survive. The one where you go into your closet and you pick out which face you're going to wear for the day. Which outfit is going to look cool with it because you're calm and collected. Oh, and let's not forget that cape. Yep. That cape that everyone depends on so you can save the day. Yeah, it's a whole costume going on here. Well, let's take a peek behind the mask. Just a little. I promise I won't rip it off completely and expose you. We're just going to take a little quick peek behind the mask and talk about what we see. You see, as a child, I felt a bag full of emotions, and we went over this on the podcast on Monday. Those emotions include rejection, abuse, neglect, abandonment, and the list goes on and on and on. So naturally, I learned how to protect myself. Naturally, you learn how to protect yourself. You see, our bodies, it comes with a mechanism. That mechanism is called fight or flight. And many of us, we are considered survivors because we have been in fight mode since we were children. We don't know anything else. We just know how to fight. We know how to make it happen. So we do whatever it takes to protect ourselves. You see, we were not able to protect ourselves when we were younger. So we made this either conscious or unconscious decision to protect ourselves as adults. You know what I mean? That I'm going to get you before you get me type of mentality. So yeah, that's where we are. But over the years, we have learned this little trickery, and it's called perfection. We've learned how to tweak and turn and twist to where it fits just right in the perfect situation on the perfect day. So let's talk about these masks. Let's pull out the I'm fine mask. I'm fine. This mask is to show everyone that you're strong. You got this. I'm not a failure. I don't need nobody. I'd rather do this myself than have anybody else do it. I know I can get it done. Yes, the I'm fine mask, which avoids being seen as vulnerable because somebody somewhere is going to take advantage of me and I refuse to let that happen. Oh, the I'm fine mask that says I'm going to make it happen no matter what. Mask, even if it costs me. Does this sound like you? Do you downplay your feelings just because you want to please other people? Do you find yourself apologizing for having needs or even breaking out in tears because you have to ask for help? What about that constant feeling of exhaustion because you are always the one that's strong, always the one that's carrying the weight, always the one that's pushing you and everybody else forward? And you are the answer to everybody's problems. Well, let's talk about mask number 2. Maybe you're not mask number 1. Maybe you're mask number 2. The I have to belong mask. Well, this mask is a good one because it's a shapeshifter. You know, you can twist it and compromise it just to fit in right where you need it to be. You are an overgiver. You like to lavish people with gifts. You overserve by being the first one in line to say yes. Or, here's my favorite, you're an overachiever, an overperformer, because you have to prove to yourself and everyone else that you belong. The I belong mask also agrees to things that they don't even want to do, hiding their real opinions so that you're not hurting nobody's feelings, But you are also anxious about what other people say because you care too much. You care about what other people say, how other people are going to feel. And you don't want to look out of place. Or you don't want to be rejected. It's up to you. Okay, well, maybe you belong in this last one. Mask number 3. The I know who I am mask. You are the one that has the perfect outfit, the nicest hairstyle, the best car, the biggest house. You may even have the best position in your organization. But you feel like a little child inside, lost and afraid. You've built your whole identity on being the survivor and telling the story of how you overcame if you share it. But you're that survivor. You made it. You did everything you could to get where you are, but yet and still you feel like an imposter. You avoid deep conversations as to not expose your vulnerability. And you do not know what you really want in life. You start projects that you never finish. See, I told you I was going to peek behind the mask. I didn't completely expose you. It's funny because I found myself in all of these masks, which means I code switch. I switch these masks around based on the occasion. I bought the shoes, the accessories to go with them. Honey, I am geared up on any day. Okay. Here's the thing. Wearing a mask only holds you bondage to a person that God did not create you to be. It doesn't unleash the potential that you have inside of you. As a matter of fact, it holds you prisoner to a fake profile. And you have to remember the lie that you told yourself in order not to be exposed. You are like a fugitive on the run, pretending to be someone that no one asked you to be. Oh, I forgot one little thing. You got parent issues, right? Well, yeah, that plays a big part into it, right? We're not going to dismiss it. We're not going to dismiss that you have childhood trauma. I had childhood trauma. We have all had experiences. That's why you're listening to this podcast. But can I ask you a question? How much longer are you going to let that be your excuse? Let me tell you a little story. I used to go and get massages regularly before I got into the car accident. And my husband and I, we used to go get massages, but I would laugh at the massage therapists who will work on my neck and my back constantly because they'll be kneading and trying to dig in and they're pushing and they're rubbing. And at the end, they have this look on their face that is of such defeat. Like, I'm going to get up and start complaining because they couldn't get the knots out of my back. It's not their fault. That's how my body has responded. My shoulders were so tense that they could not even get the muscles loose because I have always been in fight mode. The body knows. The body knows. It responds automatically. You can convince your mind otherwise, but your body knows. And holding on to childhood and abandonment issues, it only keeps you disconnected from yourself, meaning you can't perform at your best level. You can't live your best life. You can't even be in the present because you're constantly looking for that next fix. You're looking for that next thing to conquer. And you're looking at what you can do to say, hey, look at me. I did it. I'm the best. Hey, over here. Can you see me? All of that comes from your childhood abandonment issues. But where does all of that leave you? It leaves you constantly tired, exhausted, full of anxiety, angry. And if you haven't noticed already, you might not even be approachable. Well, what do you do about it? Bright soul, can I tell you a secret? Put your ear really closely. The longer you keep the mask on, the longer you will keep going through the problem. So you might want to take that mask off every once in a while. That's it. I know it sounds a little scary. When I tell you I finally said enough was enough, let me tell you, the world felt it. During therapy, I had to ask myself, what and who am I trying to protect? Is it the woman today, or is it the little girl inside of me from yesterday? Because if it's the little girl inside of me, I need to let her know that, hey, what we went through, it wasn't fair. You didn't ask for this type of life. You didn't deserve what you went through. You deserve better. And you will be okay. You no longer have to hold on me so tightly. You don't have to hold on to me anymore because you know what? We made it. We overcame. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. 1 John 4:4. We overcame. We made it. And once I let that person inside me know that we were just fine, then we had to learn how to live in the present. Learning how to breathe and be grounded in yourself. And look at where you are now. Appreciate where you are now. Be content with where you are now, not where you want to be, not where you came from, but where you are right now at this moment. Then I want you to tell yourself the truth. You no longer have to prove yourself to anyone. You are enough. Because when God made you, He said you were a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. He gave you everything that you need on the inside to be successful. I'm not saying don't be successful. I'm not saying don't strive for better. What I'm saying is be content with who you are today, because you're going to keep growing. You're going to keep learning about yourself. And as you keep growing and as you keep learning about yourself, then guess what? You'll accept the new you and the person you're growing into. See, I am so tired of the AI filtered version of people. It's time that we learn how to walk in our truth and accept it. You are not helping yourself, and you are not helping anybody else by hiding and covering yourself up. When you open the door, it helps you grow, and then you're helping someone else along the way. If you're not feeling well today, say so. Say, today is a difficult day for me. And you won't be surprised how many people come out of the woodwork to share their experience to help you. Or you may be saying, today's a great day. This is what happened, and sharing the good news because it's going to help somebody else, and you'll be surprised how many cheerleaders you have. I used to love doing motivationals. When I worked in corporate America, I would do these motivational emails, and I would just share with people my thoughts and my experiences, my epiphanies, my well wishes, and have a better day, and the motivation behind it. But I would be inspired by the stories that would come back to me. Some people that would say, I really needed that because I was having a bad day today. My dog died yesterday and I'm not feeling too well, but I'm looking at life a little bit differently today. When you hide who you are, you keep the world from being blessed by God's greatest masterpiece. Now, I'm going to say this. There is a caveat to all of this. It's called discernment. It's called discretion. We don't want to throw caution to the wind. Even the Bible talks about this. The Bible talks about don't throw your pearls before swine. But we also don't want to live our lives behind bars, being prisoners. So we have to have a little bit of discernment and discretion on who we share our stories to and who we help. Make sure you're using it wisely. If you choose to live behind a mask 24/7, you can no longer use the excuse that it's because of your childhood. Because today, right now, we're learning how to move forward. We're learning how to come out of the mask, even if it takes one day at a time. One day. Well, bright souls, I don't want to keep you long. I know that this was pretty heavy. I know it was. But I want you to take the time and just write out in your Bright Soul Journal. And if you don't have your Bright Soul Journal, honey, let me tell you, go to my website, get your journals. And I want you to write in your journal about the mask that you wore this week. What that moment felt like. And how did you notice it? And what are you going to do about it? You see, God loves you. And He wants you to know you don't have to hide. You don't have to perform. And you do not have to overcompensate to be loved. God sees the real you, and yet He called you a masterpiece. Even David recognized that we were fearfully and wonderfully made. I hope you do too. I really do. So take this moment and breathe with me, bright souls. I want you to close out today with the words, I am a masterpiece. Breathe out, I am loved. I hope this podcast blessed your soul. Send me an email and tell me about it. And until next time. Hey, bright souls. I hope today's episode really blessed you. If so, would you take 30 seconds and leave me a review on Apple Podcasts? It lets me know you want more. And also share it with your friends and family who need a little light in their life. Do not forget to get your Bright Soul Journal. You can get it at my webpage at 9crownsofgrace.life or click the link below to get yours today. Until we meet again the next episode next week, let your soul breathe. Bye for now.